Hello, this is Mikhail. I'd like to record a demo of the Runner Controller feature. So this is my GDK. I have the Kubernetes agent server running CAS, and I have the runner running connected to this GDK using the new mechanism. So it connects to CAS. This is behind the feature flag, just an environment variable in runner. At the moment. So to make it connect to CAS and use the runner controllers, you have to set this environment variable at the moment. It's not the default yet. Okay, CAS runner, and we also have the example runner controller, but it's not running yet. Just I have it open here. And yeah, this is my basic GitLab CI YAML, just a hello world for running with tags. Let's run this just to see that everything works without any controllers. Yep, it works. We can see it in logs. There's stuff here about the job and so on. And here we see that it got no admission controllers. You can also see this using GitLab CLI. There are no controllers on this instance. So yeah, let's create a controller. It's in the disabled state. Let's the command here to update it. Date 3, 3, state dry. Let's do a dry run. So it's now in dry run state, and this allows us to see in CAS logs that the controller is being contacted and what it returns. So it lets you, test the controller without disrupting any jobs. Okay, let's restart this job. It passed, and logs. So we can see that there's still no admission controllers for this job. This is because we need to create a scope for it. Controller scope create folder number 3. Scope is instance scope. So this is controller scoping. So controller can be made to apply to the whole instance, which is what we support at the moment. And we will later support applying the controller to an organization or a group. So this controller is not applied to anything right now. So we configure it to be applied to an instance. So scope for controller 3 is instance, one of the scopes, so we can have more scopes later there. And the controller is still in dry run mode. Okay, now we should see that CAS tries to contact the controller, but we are not running the controller yet, so CAS should get an error, but should still admit the job because it's in the controller is in dry run mode. And it's running, so it's been admitted. And let's look at the logs. So that's it got the controllers, tried to contact one controller, and yeah, there's a timeout of, I don't remember, like 3-5 seconds, and that timeout was reached, and we can see that it's in dry run mode, but it would not, we would not admit the job because we couldn't reach the controller, so we fail close by default, but we let it pass because it was in dry run mode. This is the controller number 3. Okay, and okay, let's enable it. Let's enable it. Enable it. Oh, let's run it again. Now it should fail because we don't have the controller running. It's still running. Why is it running now? Shouldn't be. No, it failed. Okay. So it is switched to running, but then we see that timeout 10 seconds. Okay. So the timeout is 10 seconds. And we see here that, yeah, the errors basically, and then saying I'm unable to perform the admission control, meaning that it couldn't reach the controller in 10 seconds, and then it did not admit the job. Okay, let's start the controller. No, I have it here, but I need to get a token for it so that it can connect and authenticate, right? So I think there is a command for that. There's a token create. There is my token. I mean, this is GDK, so you can try to reuse this token, but it won't work for you. Here is my GDK token. Again, don't worry about it. Okay, I've updated the token. This is the address of CAS in this test controller. And let's run it. Okay, so it connected. It's fine. It's perfect. And we can just restart our job, I think. We can also see in CAS logs that there was a agent tunnel runner C3. So that's the admission controller itself, this thing that we just added. We can see in CAS debug logs that it connected, it registered, registered the tunnel. So yeah, let's run the job. So now it should pass. Okay, because yeah, okay. Now we contacted the admission controller, but the admission controller said you shall not pass because the image is not what is in the policy file. Here's our policy file, and we have a list of allowed images. And what do we use here? I don't know. Just some default. Is it okay? Ubuntu, and shouldn't be latest. Ubuntu. Let's just say Ubuntu. I don't know if it will work, but we'll try. You can see the controller is making me make changes. Kicked off. It's a commit, and it passed. So this time, yeah, it was admitted. So yeah, this is the allowed false and allowed true. Yeah, we see that in the logs of the admission controller itself. We see here in the CAS logs that the job was admitted here as well. And for the first attempt, um, and yeah, somewhere here. So yeah, this is admission control. Obviously, you can enable, disable, delete it, change the scope. Once we support organization, you can use that. The stock clarification, notation, and so on. Thank you very